Hello everyone, this is Zoltar, and welcome back to our Galactic Civilizations 3 campaign. So, when we left off, I believe Dominion Prime had just finished, fairly recently, maybe not immediately, but just recently finished this soil upgrade not too long ago that we had transitioned into instead of finishing up the stadium. So we're going to go ahead and make use of that and go ahead and get, I believe we were headed for the Missionary Center. So that'll kind of increase our benevolent ideology point acquisition. It'll give us bonuses to, I believe, all the nearby buildings because it provides bonuses to influence, approval, and tourism. It will also just provide us a little bit more influence this whole time. So I think this would be a very good thing to get up. A lot of influence growth going to be attached to this building once it's at level 4, and so let's just get to it. Take a while to get done, but hopefully it'll be well worth it. Especially because, frankly, we're not committing very many resources to improving its production for the time being. So with any luck, it'll still be all right. All right. So that done. Still have our transport building in just a couple turns. I don't think we have too much else to do this turn besides make sure that production was established. And we should be good to go and move into the next one. Our ships did get caught. So we'll have to go into the quick battle and lose them, unfortunately. Goodbye, ships. I'll miss you. I truly wish that hadn't happened. They might have been able to take him on when he was at extremely low hit points, but somehow I still kind of doubt it, so... Oh well, not much to do about that. So I do have these survey ships running around that I can't quite reach the ship graveyard, though. Be nice to get to it eventually, but I guess I won't worry about it for now. Okay, that's a trade ship, I think. Yeah, okay. No, was that a transport ship? Hold on. Yeah, packed with troops. Alright, they've got a transport ship running around. Well, hopefully they'll use that on Quake 1 fairly soon, and that might make it a bit easier for us to take out Madzula. It's a weird planet name. Not going to worry about it. Okay, we're at the edge of our range here, so let's just keep moving back inward, see what there is in here. If it's a star base that we need to blow up, for example, like this one, let's go ahead and do that. No reason to let them have star bases just sitting around, from what I can tell, when we've got the units around to keep them knocked down. So that's good. I think that wraps up our turn. Okay, they've got a small ship. Oh, got our first transport done. Excellent. We'll need to be a little bit careful moving it around. But we have a lot of territory of our own we can kind of just move through. Guarantee we're not going to be spotted as we move up to try and take down Agony, because this world was unprotected when we last checked. We can go ahead and maneuver our big fleet into position to make sure that's the case. Or actually, I think we'll try and bring it to meet up with a transport ship, just to guarantee it makes it there safely. But nonetheless, we should have enough to bring down this planet when we want to. Hopefully it won't be too much of a problem. Okay. Got our survey ship still running around. Just finish exploring. That's all I need you to do, is keep exploring. And we'll just keep moving through the turns. Looks like we got a lot of buildings finishing up next turn, but I imagine those colonies still have plenty of upgrades to do, so I'm not too worried about it. Still a long time left on research. Thank you, campaign mission, for being a campaign mission in a strategy game and putting us into that kind of awkward spot. Maybe you can be a little bit more aggressive in getting there quickly, since you're going to meet up with the big fleet before long. Okay. It's interesting. They theoretically have significantly more military might than I do, and I'm inclined to believe it, because you'd think the game would understand that concept fairly easily, but I'm just not seeing it anywhere. Like it's all at home or something. And not actually out on their planets that might get attacked. Oh, we have a trade offer. They want targeting assist in exchange for a lot of money. Well, I think I'm tempted to take it. If for no other reason than, well, we can use more money so we can actually get some purchasing of more transports done and attack these ship places. All right, we're building a cruiser at the moment. Now, this cruiser is going to have a strong particle beam attack and and some shield strength attached to it. But I imagine we'll want it to have friends if it's actually going to take on a serious fleet eventually. So maybe we want to figure out what we can build in addition to the cruiser to take down that missile ship we know we're going to have to fight through. Maybe a ranger along with it could be a good idea. So we could start that building as well. And when the cruiser finishes up, we may just buy a ranger to go with it. And maybe those two together will be able to get some serious work done. So cruiser and a ranger both queued up. Hopefully they'll be able to work together. Logistics cost of 7. I'm not sure what my maximum logistics is at the moment. I'm not sure where I can even see that. I had it figured out at one point. Looks like 26 is my maximum logistics for a set of ships, so 2 7s should be just fine. Shouldn't be too much trouble there. And in the turn. Everybody keep moving closer together. They should meet up next turn, thankfully. We can finally seriously get something done in this mission, hopefully. Okay, I have an idle ship somewhere. Yes, yes. I almost want to put it on Auto Explore, except we all know how terrible Auto Explore AI always is in all of these games. Thankfully, once again, I can cut the corner on the range here because shoddy programming. Either that or it's an intended feature, but I can't think of a reason to have a range being listed on your stuff and then being like, you can just go outside of it, don't worry about it. I actually can't think of a reason for that, so I'm just going to assume shoddy programming, because it's far more straightforward. And frankly, seems far more likely to me. Alright. No, they didn't join up. Go join him. Stacked ships 2. How do I manage this? Okay, you guys might be... Yeah, you're completely maxed out on logistics is the issue here. So instead, what can we do? We can maybe move some of you around. How do we go about this? Could I just disband this fleet? What happens if I hit disband fleet? I'm really worried about that. That's still not helping. What if I instead say to eject ships from the fleet? So we need to clear up, I think, 5 logistics for the transport. So if we just eject a battle axe, this battle axe right here, let's just eject him from the fleet, which means that hopefully we can maybe... I wish I could, like, say, add to this fleet somehow. I'm not sure how to do that. Go back to manage. Disband, create is what I have available. I can't create a fleet here, though, because nothing is selected, apparently. If I shift... Okay. What if I do this? You, shift you. Create fleet. There. Now all 6 of you are together. And you guys can just continue sitting on that tile, I suppose. We'll keep the battle axe in the general vicinity, I guess. Leave him covering the planet. It would have been good for us to figure out how to increase our logistics with our technology at some point. I imagine that would be under warfare. And we could likely find something to do that with. Okay, we've got militarization, weapon systems, and defense systems. I don't think it would be militarization because that's typically planet-based. So I don't know exactly where it would sit. It might even be under something like engineering. Logistical optimization. Advanced logistics, high output mining, or sustainable shipyards. We're now researching precision manufacturing. We're doing an awful job of it, so maybe we ignore that and just try and increase our logistics instead. To have bigger fleets running around and make all these sources of combat a lot simpler. Because, as we all know, it's a good idea to have a fairly large max army size, which is basically what logistics seems to be. Okay. Well, let's keep moving through the turns. Now that once again, we're kind of just continuing to slowly develop this plan that we can put into action. I don't know if it's really a good idea to have the transport directly in the fleet. It does seem like it weakens the fleet substantially, perhaps, but It also just makes everything a lot easier, moving that transport around without it getting completely destroyed. Oh, our colony actually went idle. Okay, so we got a lot of mega factories up. We got a farm up, a stadium to increase approval, which is a pretty big deal. We are maxed out on food, so can we planetary soil upgrade in this area? No, we can't. So instead, maybe we just find a spot to put a farm for the time being. We could even do it up here, I suppose. Terraform a tile rather than simply upgrade or engineer it. Interesting. I could terraform this tile next to our current farm, which might not be the worst idea. I'm going to go for it, because I'd like to increase growth on that planet at this point. So you're still doing okay. No transports have come to take you over, so that's good. Why don't we just intern for the time being? But I really feel like it would be prudent over here to go ahead and maybe get a defense system online, since it, well, I don't really want to though. I kind of want to get a defense system online on this planet or this planet instead later. I've got ships coming out over here. They're not that far away, so I'd rather hold out and just keep improving this planet and kind of hope that a transport doesn't bring it down. It's not the safest strategy, but that doesn't mean it's the worst strategy necessarily. Can we go around this black hole in fancy way again? No, it's actually going to make us go the correct way. Sad. I hate following the rules. One turn away from being able to attack Agony, which still has no defending fleet. I don't know how well one transport's going to do, though. That's something I didn't really consider. You kind of hope with low morale and population, one transport could really get something done. But I'm not entirely sure about that. Let's get that farm constructed. Okay. Invading with conventional warfare has a 100% likelihood of success with low casualties. So let's just do it. Victory! Surviving population, 2.1. Lost 1 improvement, but at least we got the planet. It's got a nice fleet defending it, which is good, and let's check out the planet itself. Okay, well, population is already higher than its food, so I think the initial thing to build is going to be a farm. Maybe on the floodplain? It gets a small improvement from being on the floodplain, it looks like. Not a great one, but something. So let's go ahead and start with that. And then what else have we got here? A data archive, a research extractor, and a durantium refinery. So it's really using up a bunch of strategic resources, it looks like, which I imagine I have to pay the cost for now, but I'm not 100% sure. I am really tempted just to build something like a solar power plant right here, and then just dump factories all around it and turn this into just a shipyard place where it just makes things, and it just makes all the things. I guess, though, it's already a strong research planet, right? So maybe that wouldn't be the best idea, because I think this planet, the point of it in part was it's a ghost world, so it has plus 50% research. So maybe instead of doing that, I kind of continue with what the computer has already done. I would like to get some additional manufacturing up on the world. But what can I do? How can I add to this world, I guess would be a good question. Do I have any option of doing any kind of terraforming on it? It doesn't look like it, unfortunately. Because I'd really like to get some better production up on it first, like I usually do for all of my worlds, after this farm, but it doesn't look like that's going to be an option. It does have the refinery already, which adds to its base production significantly. Maybe I just go with it for now. I could even maybe get rid of this data archive and move that elsewhere, things of that nature, but it would be really nice to get a technological capital up here after the farm, I think. So I just want to go for that for the time being. Significantly increased our range once again, so we'll keep poking around where we really probably shouldn't be. What do we find? Found a shipyard that is building a terrorizer in 3 turns. Oh, that's terrifying. Well, whatever. I wish we could build stuff that fast. So I'm thinking we will get a shipyard out up here eventually still. Maybe it would be better to put it here. Man, these guys all have big research bonuses. You have social manufacturing bonuses, which has been making a big difference. You don't really have any special bonus. You, I think, were also social manufacturing? Yeah. Your influence, growth, and morale. Nothing that really affects military manufacturing still. Or anything of that nature, so that's kind of upsetting. Well, oh well. Let's just keep going for now. Oh, we're under attack from conventional warfare, which means we lose this planet. Well, that's what I get for just hoping. Yeah, quick battle up here. Let's lose these units too. So we just lost a lot of stuff here. Go us. Where did this thing even come from? I guess it was just already out. Oh well. That's what we get. Okay, why don't we go ahead and get this fleet out of here. Thank you. You guys can come this way. You can take on the Terrorizers one-on-one, or at least 1-on-5, I assume, and be alright. Where's that ship we left behind? Let's go ahead and have it catch up, if we can. Hopefully it can make its way there. Unfortunately, I think we're out of survey ships again. So we can't investigate these ship graveyards or anything like that, but a lot of the ship graveyards and artifacts are gone from the map. There are a few left over, it looks like, to check out at some point, maybe. But I'm going to assume that I shouldn't worry about it all that much. Okay, so what do we want to do then? At some point, we're going to have to deal with these planets over on the left. We're going to need more transports. We're going to need more ships in general. I guess we're basically just fighting on two fronts now, which we don't really need to be doing, but I guess we're going to have to leave this fleet up here to protect this section, right? We're going to need a new fleet to attack and protect this section. It's on the way, but it's not available yet. Let's go ahead and just buy the Ranger. We'll get that and the cruiser at the same time. Hopefully they can deal with a significant amount of the problem down there. And then we start building up more transports. And we're going to need a lot of transports. So let's try and make sure that our main planet has some degree of growth attached to it. I know we've been focusing a lot more on its base population with a lot of food, because we had the wild grain here. But I think we need to get a colonial hospital down to improve growth rate for the time being. So let's go ahead and just do that. It provides a bonus to the farm that's nearby anyway, so that can be just fine. Oh, need to make sure that it's actually queued up next. There we go. Okay, now can our ideology help out with this at all? By impacting our actual growth? I think we mostly impact things like all planets and starbases within our influence join our civilization. That sounds nice. Maybe we can head toward that. But I don't see any real good way to increase our growth right now with benevolent. So, oh well. Our first capital ship. Yay. The people of the Thalen contingency find themselves in dire times. DL Bradley, would you consider a gift of 88 credits? We can do that. Especially because you're actually being nice and like asking instead of being a mega jerk and causing all kinds of problems. You know, it's that simple. It's not that difficult. Man, we're still mega weak though. Okay. The cruiser is still popping out in one turn because we rushed out the Ranger. So we'll need to wait on that. Let's see, just have you sit around and wait for the time being. Here we go. Got a fleet together, 14 out of 26 logistics, hopefully strong enough to take down the individual ships that'll be in its way near these two planets, and we can start just pumping out transports to take those planets back with any luck. You get up in here, find that shipyard for me, and please bring it down. It's intern. More ship graveyards, not too helpful. There's the shipyard. Can we reach it? Yeah. Get up here. Crucial has a very large fleet defending it, so that might take us down in response to this, but... Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! This shipyard had a lot of units available. I did not realize it was so well protected. I guess we cancel. Yeah, it has a giant defending fleet too. I did not see that at all. Run away, units, run away. Well, I guess that's where all of its military strength is. Just the units sitting around back there. I suppose maybe that's what the shield indicates, that it has a defending fleet. Not entirely sure, but at least it's not coming after us. Seems content to just kind of sit back in its shipyard doing its shipyard thing. So, you guys are moving forward. Oh, we ran into another fleet that's been improved. We might still be able to bring it down. Let's see, they only have a very small amount of this kinetic attack. So even though our armor doesn't really add up to a whole lot here, maybe that's okay, because their kinetic attack is low. They have good point defense, better point defense than we do, better shields than we do. Maybe we can't actually do this. Maybe we have to back off for the time being and start building. Okay, so if we're going to do that, let's come over here. We already have two fairly good-sized ships in there. What if we can get some small stuff attached to it? Like a gunboat, a defender, things like that. I'm tempted to go with a couple gunboats added. Maybe we just build a couple of them to add to the fleet. Let's see, how much logistics is that? 3, so 6. That leaves me with a fair amount left after we're done with the gunboats, but most of that I imagine I'm going to want for... Oh, we could try a couple of frigates as well instead. Let's see, they're medium ships. I wonder what the difference is at the core between something like the gunboat, right, and the frigate. It's a small ship with less hit points, but costs me the same number of turns to make as the frigate. The frigate has greater kinetic attack, slightly less armor, very slightly less armor, double the hit points, more moves, more sensor range slightly, just slightly more logistics cost attached to it. And I guess the gunboat is technically 2 ships together, whereas the frigate is 1 ship. I don't know if that really matters. No, it says 2 ships in fleet still. Maybe it's just telling me. I don't even know what it's trying to tell me at that point. Let's just move the frigate up. Maybe make 2 frigates. I think we have the space for them. So build 2 of those instead of these gunboats, which we'll cancel. And then eventually we'll get to the transport. But we really need those ships fairly quickly. Can't afford to buy them. Don't have any credits. So let's just sit there and wait. Okay, this is Francis 1 again. Still a little low on population. It might be able to use a colonial hospital up here as well. We got another adaptive farm down to finally begin to increase its population. Let's see. What if we govern you? You've got some going to military and social, both. Your social is much better, though. So we kind of want to keep building that up as much as we can. Can we build multiple missionary centers, 1 on each planet? That would be interesting, actually. I could get along. I could, go along with that. That could be cool. Okay, soil engineering, planetary soil upgrader, both available. Still a lot of manufacturing to be done, potentially. But what do I really want to do? A diplomacy bonus might not hurt. Bonus to adjacent improvements gives me better military stuff. What kind of military stuff could I build that I wanted to be better? I wonder if the planet is sponsoring a ship being built, if that counts. Like, it's not the shipyard that's directly in orbit, but maybe it's close enough to count. I guess I could try and figure stuff like that out if I wanted to build something like a logistics system. Reduces the logistics cost of ships built on this planet. I mean, that could be useful. It also just seems to increase my logistics in general, which is nice. So I'm thinking I would like to try and build a logistics system here and see how it pans out. Alright, you guys meet up. please. Thank you. Intern. Okay, it looks like green has managed to take Quake 1 back, so that's kind of good for us, I think. We still haven't technically dealt with the Thalen contingency. I don't know exactly what we can do for that besides beef up our diplomacy. So we should maybe look at finding ways to improve our diplomacy before too long. One way to do that, of course, will likely be to just increase our military power so people don't think we're easy to conquer. Right? That's something we could go ahead and do. If we talk to them, leave us, we are preoccupied at the moment. Must wait longer to trade with this player, I don't know why that is, and they are temporarily immune to war, so whatever. I feel very limited in options by some of these things, but oh well. Okay, little colony left. We got our stadium built. Plenty of morale. We need more food, for sure. So let's go ahead and just build a farm. I guess we'll just still build it on the floodplain. We can eventually upgrade to kind of improve the area around the floodplain as well. But I think it'd be best just to build it here. It gets a slight bonus to food. It'll upgrade itself. We can keep our population growing at the nice 0.1 per turn. Yes, you guys definitely still need to kind of hang out in this general region. I'd like to bring you home, but it's just not an option. We got to make sure we're protecting Agony. Speaking of Agony, its approval is very, very bad. Might need to figure out something to do about that. Man, I almost want to get rid of some of this research stuff. Because I'd like to put all my research stuff over here. But I guess for now, we need an entertainment center. Why don't we just drop it up here for the time being? We'll push that to the forefront. It'll get done in 4 turns. And we'll maybe tidy all that up later if we absolutely have to. Okay. You've got a place to go. We could build a star base out here for this manufacturing relic. That could be nice. There's antimatter to grab here, but some of it's already taken by an ally. Okay. Well. Got a frigate done. Why don't you go join everybody else in this little fleet? While we wait for that other frigate to finish up. Hey, low mass beam weapons. Excellent. We got a tech. Let's see if we can find out where that hangs out. I assume it's in warfare somewhere. If we go up to beam weapons. Where is it? I assume it would be up here somewhere. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe I'm just crazy. Matter disruptor, beam weapon, low mass beam weapons. Here we are. It was this focus. So reduces mass of beam weapons. Well, I guess that's fairly simplistic. Interesting that they can kind of just award you with a specialization. That seems really weird, because what if I didn't want the low mass beam weapon specialization? What if I wanted beam amplification, right? I'm kind of nervous about that one in the future. What if I wanted to optimize in a slightly different way? But whatever. Guess I won't worry about it too much. What were we already researching? Now I've forgotten because we accidentally clicked on other stuff. So I think we were in the middle of precision manufacturing, so let's just keep doing that. Or at least we had worked on precision manufacturing in the past, even if we got away from it. And it still sounds useful, so I'm going to switch back into it, regardless of whatever else I've been doing. Okay, you just kind of hang out up in this area. Close enough that you can get to the planet if necessary is going to be the basic goal there. And, okay, idle colony once again. We've got the entertainment center up. We've got the adaptive farm constructed. Growth is going to continue for a long time. We won't need to add on to that farm for some fair number of turns. Decent manufacturing. Not absolutely fantastic, but workable. I guess one thing to check on is we could potentially upgrade this tile. Right? We upgrade this tile and then we drop another solar power plant on top of it. Just to get those nice adjacency bonuses going. And we finished up our last frigate. Well, not our last frigate, but you get the idea. Back to making the transport. So this fleet should be good to go. Let's go ahead and eject all of them. Let's see if they can go pick a fight. And I think after that is when we'll go ahead and wrap things up for this episode. So, go find somebody to kill. Come on, work with me. No, don't want to go find anybody to kill? You want to just sit there? No. Fine. Can we go find somebody to kill now? Yes, we can. I don't even really care about what's going on everywhere else. I've got a planet with an empty queue because it just finished up its upgrade, and I'm just like, I want to go find somebody to take down. Cancel that. There we go. Solar power plant going up. That should help out our factories significantly, I think. Hopefully some solid manufacturing bonuses attached to that. In turn. So the logistics system finished up. Man, our sensors are so bad. Why are our sensors so bad here? I feel like we should have greater than sensor range 2, but I guess we really just don't. There's a shipyard to take down here. Can't really take it out yet. There's no defending fleet here, so we haven't even found anywhere to pick a fight yet because that fleet's wandered off and we don't know where. And we can't see it because our sensors are so bad. Alright. We got the logistics system done. Maybe we just do a planetary soil upgrade for the time being. There are only a couple of spots to do one anyway, so it's not like there's a whole lot of choice in the matter. That way we can try and see if this logistics system is going the way we want it to. Hopefully it will be. Like this guy, he still costs 5 logistics, which I think is what he cost before. But if I started a new one, for example, it would still cost 5. Well, I'm not entirely sure how that's all working out. I would hope it would function that way if we had it sponsored by the planet, right? But apparently I'm wrong and it doesn't work that way. Or things just haven't come to fruition yet, and maybe the transport will be reduced in logistics when it actually finishes constructing. Maybe I need to actually go and do some research about the things I'm talking about to make sure I'm doing them correctly. For now, we'll just intern and manage to blow something up. There we go. It's defended by the support unit it literally just built. Well, it's a large support unit, so that sounds like exactly the sort of thing to try and take down, so let's do it. It is, of course, defending a shipyard, so maybe this won't work, but looks like it did. We only lost a few hit points, I think. Oh, did we lose a ship? Yeah, we lost a whole ship in the middle of all that. Shoot. That's what it looks like. We had 4 ships here, right? Yeah, we had a frigate, so we lost a frigate that we'll need to rebuild at some point. Let's go ahead and queue that up. But the fight was still successful. We traded a ship for a ship, and we took down a shipyard, so I'll take it. Yep, planet's undefended. Outside of range. Ah, we got to take this planet back. Alright. Still, though, we got to the goal of actually managing to blow something up. So I'm going to be satisfied with this particular run. I'm going to go ahead and call it good here for this episode. With any luck, we'll manage to bring down both of these planets in the next episode if we can just get the transports pumped out and manage to actually defend them, because we have a fleet in the area. We've got a fleet up here. We'll eventually maybe get a shipyard constructed up in this area, get a transport pumped out to take down just this last little pocket of Drengen resistance. And at that point, we'll need to figure out what to do with the Thalen. But for now, thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time.